Oh shit, yeah, I love that song. Welcome back to another episode of Wrestle Shoot. I mean, welcome to another episode of Ghosted. I'm Rob Wilds. That's Doug Damien. Wait a minute. The
No,
fuck is going on? Chris, what show are we doing right now? Ghosted.
it says on the title at the top, "Ghosted." I'm assuming that's what we're doing.
Aren't you fucking clever? I guess you just poked a hole in my joke right away. Okay. So, welcome to another episode of Ghosted. Mr. Doug is stuck out of town working like a dog. So, Mr. Casanova decided to step in and help pick up some slack. And today, we're going to do something a little different than we usually do. Rather than watching videos and they're legit, they're bullshit, we're on the fence. Today, we're just going to have ourselves a sit down conversation about some experiences that we've had floating around out here in the real world with the ghosts and the non ghosts trying to coexist on the same planet. Chris, I have a video clip that has been taken from my very own Ring doorbell camera. It's an audio clip, but we're going to play it for you and for our guest who has quite a bit of experience with the supernatural herself. She is our returning buddy, the Psychic Extreme from Pennsylvania.
Ah, nice.
Hello.
What's up, India? Okay, we are here. We're rocking. Before we move on with the show, though, we do have our own little piece of business that we got to take care of. Over here on the network, every show we like to advertise for another one of our fantastic products. And this week we're going to be featuring
Saturday nights are officially unhinged. The Pain Lair hits ASN every Saturday at 6 p.m. Hosted by euphorian Max Payne and the certified lunatic Rip Rogers,
that's right.
two WWF and WCW legends with zero filters, zero sanity, and absolutely no business being handed microphones. They're bringing wrestling stories, chaos, hot
That's your Rip.
takes, and enough crazy
Oh,
to shove their
shit.
brand of insanity deep into your ear holes. The Pain Lair, Saturdays at 6 p.m., only on ASN.
God damn right. God damn right. That is the Pain Layer. That is myself. I am the producer of Legends. We get to have them on here on this network each and every week, and it's just an absolute pleasure. And Chris, you couldn't be more on the ball. Rip is a fucking psycho, dude.
Yes, he is. We love him, but he's a psycho. He's our psycho.
He is
Oh.
our psycho.
I'll have to check it out now.
Oh God, listening to Rip when he finally gets going on something on one of his classic Rip rants, it's untouchable. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
All right. So look, I want to jump right. I mean, we're going to get into stories. Me and Doug actually a few weeks ago did an entire episode where we just talked about our combined history with Supernatural. And that was a fun show. I'm kind of digging the talk format a little bit. So we're going to do that again today. But what I got to get started showing you guys is there is a quick clip. Actually, I'll start with this. Chris, do you remember when I lived on Louisiana, out there in Tampa, when all the cabinets and all the drawers in my kitchen opened?
Yeah.
And
Well, I wasn't
got
there,
this
but you
off?
told me about it. Yeah.
Right. But back then. So that very same thing happened over here again just about a week ago. Where in the kitchen, every cabinet, every drawer, everything was open. That was kind of wild. But I didn't see things opening, right? I just came in to find them already open. When that kind of shit happens, usually I just automatically dismiss it as, who's fucking about right now? Is Brooke trying to play a game? Whatever.
Yeah.
But this next one from the actual Ring doorbell camera gives us a quick voice. I've uploaded it at a couple of different speeds. And at the end of it, you guys tell me what you heard the voice saying. Let's keep our ears on. Let's make sure everything is cranked up. Because you still got, I enhanced it as much as I could. But let me go ahead and get that loaded up here.
Okay.
Wrong folder. Here.
Can I say it's a work before?
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably a work, but I will be open-minded.
Not a work. Not a work, sir. Okay, here we go. Listen for the voice. What did you guys hear?
Go ahead, India.
I couldn't make it out.
Okay, I'll start.
I couldn't make out what she.
I'll start it again. I wish I could make this a little bit louder. Maybe everybody turn their volume up to the max and see if that helps.
Oh, it is. I just couldn't make it out either.
All right, here we go. So, it's not going to be nearly as loud on here as I hoped it would be. At first, I thought it was a voice saying it wasn't me. And I thought maybe it's that couple over there walking down the street. But the microphone is just, I went out there and stood out there and tried to have just a regular tone. Just I said a few words. Couldn't hear anything. What I hear is a voice simply saying, help me. I'm going to play it again. Slower. Slower still. So that's what I heard. Did you guys hear that at all?
I could hear it, but just couldn't really make out what it was saying. It's a female voice.
It is a
Yeah.
female voice, and the ones that you saw in the frame who were walking their dog. That's a couple of gentlemen from up the block. Go out and walk their dogs together every night. So there was no woman anywhere near. But with the level of the voice, it would be like somebody was casually standing in the front yard saying, help me.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear it,
Very
Chris, or was it just
muffled.
gibberish?
Yeah, it's very muffled to me. And I guess when you say it was help me, the first time I could hear the help part, but I couldn't really make out the last part. But it was very, very muffled. So it was hard to hear the complete
I'll
sentence.
send it over.
You see, I could hear it, but not the first word.
You
Oh,
heard me.
Uh-huh.
So Chris heard help. You heard me after I made the suggestion. Okay. Fair enough. I can't wait to see what Doug has to say about this because we've listened. See, the thing about the Ring cameras is, whoops, they're not made to be professional. Like go outside and shoot a video and then get it all in your Ring camera. So for that voice to have come through at the level it did, they would have had to be pretty close to it. And we definitely have a mimic running around this house. Now, that wasn't a mimic of anybody's voice. That was just a woman's voice to me saying, help me. Now, the question is, what could that really be? Is it a ghost? Is it an echo? Like, what's your experience with things like that, India?
Well, first, I would, what I did research on my old house first. And because I started hearing the voices, and it was a mother and a daughter. And I did some research. But have you done research on the house?
Yeah, nothing jumps out that grabs a hold except for this whole block. All the houses on it are second generation houses because this area that I'm in St. Pete is one of the few that is not a flood zone factor for hurricanes. But once upon a time, forever ago, the big one that came through really took this whole area out and everybody just rebuilt. So
Oh wow.
there's not a whole lot else I know about this place besides that. I can just see the history of owners.
Okay, because even if it was someone nearby, it could have came down to your place.
I thought
Something could have happened.
like a traveling echo, you mean?
No, a spirit. If a spirit from if something happened to one of the nearby houses, like per se, like a domestic dispute that turned deadly,
Yeah.
Hmm.
it could have been the spirit of that person coming down to your place, knowing what you do, because they know who to go to.
Oh wow.
That's a really
So
unique take.
Hmm.
yeah, so if this spirit is restless and knowing that you do what you do and know what you know, it needs help to cross over.
But then it also makes me wonder if what if that was like you say a domestic and somebody did run over to the house back in the day beating on the door yelling help me.
Mm,
Could that just be like an echo memory of things that already happened?
that could be. That's why you got to research.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Wow.
a while, but you got to dig deep into that whole neighborhood,
I'm
or that
curious.
whole that whole.
See, the thing is about St. Pete, and Chris, did you have a comment before I say this?
No, I mean, I'm not saying I'm on the fence about it because sometimes we get cell phones and they get that other voice that sometimes kind of patches in. You're like, what the hell is that?
Phantom
Like
voice, yeah.
we can be having a conversation and someone's other voice patches in for a moment. So maybe this Ring camera is wireless. And I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
on the
wild.
fence. Yeah, I'm on the fence about it. It could be spirit or it could be some connection from somewhere else. I don't know, but
I
it's
should
it's very
I'll
weird.
email that over to you so you can point it cast it to your actual TV and turn the sound up and give it another listen.
Yeah, I'd be curious to give it like a really solid listen, like highest volume possible, closeness, all
Yeah.
that. So, but yeah, that was my comment.
Okay. So Florida in itself is notorious for haunts. Tampa, crazy haunted locations all over the city. St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Largo, not so much. Not really known for having too much of a supernatural history besides some particular hotels. She's already been out at some particular hotels that are pretty well known in their ghost stories, but generally speaking, you don't see a lot of headlines about haunted houses in St. Pete or Clearwater or any of those surrounding areas.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Florida is so electric anyway. All year long, you're going to have at least once a week, you're going to have an electrical storm out there. So something is putting
Oh shit.
charges into the atmosphere to help awaken things, which is maybe why Florida haunts are pretty well registered, because they're just getting charged up. They're on a fresh battery. Who knows? But it's pretty wild.
Okay. Now, when did this happen?
About a week ago.
Okay, a week ago. So, and it was retrograde, and with retrograde that affects electronics. So it could be. It could be. I'm still leaning towards a spirit reaching out for help.
that's kind of where I'm at, but I don't know if it was a spirit reaching out or just an echo. And because the echo is so much more common, like Chris, a loop in time is what they call an echo. So it's like a traumatic or a happy or some kind of a seriously overpowering life event happens to somebody,
Sure.
and they leave kind of a impression in time. So it will kind of loop itself. And I'm
Oh,
feeling like, is that what happened? But there is so much activity specifically in this house ever since I came across that open grave. It's pretty crazy.
whoa.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went to make a video. And I'm not going to say the name. I don't want any fucking scumbags going out there and messing with the cemetery. But I found a really old one, close to downtown St. Petersburg. Old, walking around the whole thing, making video of it, just to get an image of this old ass cemetery back when they would hand carve in unique crypts and all kinds of really unique artwork
Hmm.
on these final resting places. And I kept hearing, and it's in the video where you can hear when I'm not moving, but there are still footsteps in the weeds. But when I finally get all the way around and I'm at the very end, I come across one cement slab over it, so it wasn't filled in with dirt. It was just lowered, and the cement was broken to shit. And the whole grave was full of water. And this grave was about 100 years old.
Hmm.
So, like, there was no body in that box by that time anymore. It had disintegrated. But it was one of those really old school plank coffins. So that's how old this grave actually is. But ever since I went, discovered that, and I took some video of it, and I tried to talk to him, I think something went home with me that day. But I don't think it's anything bad or anything that's been trying to do any harm. But it definitely has freaked my dog out a couple times, and she's stripped teeth and stood over me in bed, snarling at the wall at nobody. And then eventually she'll calm down and lay down because it's like it goes away.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's cool. It's fucking cool.
Is that impossible?
A ghost to follow you?
no.
Is that what
What was
you're
that?
asking?
I'm thinking,
Chris, is what possible?
No, I was asking, is that possible that something go with you? And then India said no. So I was
yeah.
kind of curious what her
Oh,
thoughts
no,
were.
no, no. I was saying no about something else. That is very
Very
possible.
possible.
Very, very possible.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm more concerned with how he said the dog behaved.
Yeah.
With if there was nothing, but the dog would have growled and stuff. But if he was snarling, she was snarling. Does he do this every time?
No. No, it only happened in the beginning. Now she'll take a look over into a spot of the room like she sees that same person there, but
Uh,
is kind of used to that person now. So she'll like, I
as
see
long,
you.
yeah, as long as she's still not snarling, then there's no maliciousness.
Right.
I would just ask, what do you want? What do you want?
Well, I've tried
We could come
since this happened. I've
and
tried EVPs. I have video where the EMF detector goes absolutely psychotic around a couple of spots in the house, and then like right a couple feet away, it will stop. And then I'll run that EMF over plugs or any outlets or anything that's around there looking for a spike, and don't really see it. So it almost is like it's in my office in one condensed area, and that's where it stays.
Hmm.
hmm,
Yeah, wild.
hmm, just that area. Oh,
Yeah, you would
I'm
think it's
thinking.
like somebody was bubbled there, right? But it never happened before the cemetery.
Mm, that is wild.
Um, And it's just in your office.
Office, and then up to the kitchen in my house, and like in that pathway, and then nowhere else.
Wow.
And originally, my office, when this house was built, was a garage. It's a little tiny, it was a little one car garage they just turned into a room. So I use it for my office and studio. And I never had any problems in here until I came across that cemetery in the open grave about 4 or 5 months ago.
Wow. That that seems very strange.
Yeah, there's something in there that catches its interest, but what?
That's right. Now it's somebody, because I think whoever it is if whatever is going on right here isn't just a repeater. It's it's intelligent. I think maybe when it first appeared, so where the dog could see it, it probably came at it wrong. Dog didn't like it. Second time, she didn't really like it. But after that, it's like it figured out, oh, I better chill out. Try this a little bit different. Now the dog reacts different. Sometimes she'll even jump off and run over to that particular area and start sniffing around it.
Hmm.
Well,
Something or someone's there.
uh,
Now, I do believe that I had something very malicious before. I also believe that after praying on it and praying to my dad, all of a sudden the malicious energy that was happening in Tampa stopped. So I think my dad showed up, straightened it out, and then went back to where he was supposed to be. I really do believe that happened. But I've had a personal ghost of some kind who's been following me my whole life. And it's never been aggressive or mean or threatening or scary. It's just always let me know that it's there. And Andy, you're going to like this. So when I was a kid, the first time I can recognize ever seeing this spirit, which I believe is a woman, was my dad was up in the attic and he was putting up some new insulation. And I'm standing up the ladder and I'm just a little ass kid. I mean, I had to be 6. This is before my sister was with us. And I'm standing up there watching him work, and I'm like, yeah, look at my dad. He's a man. Hoorah. And I glance down the other end of the attic, and I see somebody standing with, or sitting with their legs crisscrossed, very calm, very bright white. And immediately my mind just blew it off, and I went back to dad. Right around then, mom says, all right, boys, come on down, come have some lunch. And I climbed down, and my dad's coming down, and he lost his handhold. So he started to fall straight back. He was about to land on me, but then he stopped falling, and his legs suddenly swang underneath him, and he landed on his feet. And he was like, who? That was lucky. And mom's like, that wasn't lucky. That was, let's go have some lunch. That's enough. Don't scare the boy. But really, my whole life, I've had somebody else who's been with me. And I don't know who it is. I'm sure it's got to be a family member, maybe a guardian angel.
I was gonna say it might be someone on your spirit team, or which could be our guardian angel. So, do you remember how this woman looked?
No, very, very white. So you couldn't see a color of hair. You could see that there was hair there, but everything was a very bright white.
Hmm.
Like CGI in real life in the 70s.
Yeah, that sounds like guardian angel to me.
Well, my guardian angel must have taken a break when I went through my narcotics problem.
Hey, yeah, that's what they do. I mean, we gotta learn on our own. They can't keep guiding us. We have to go through stuff on our own to learn and grow.
It's like in Bruce
Sure.
Almighty when Morgan Freeman says, well, I'm going to go on vacation. And Carrie goes, God doesn't take a vacation. He goes, you ever heard of the Dark Ages? It's all right. You got it. Take care of things. Maybe my angel just said, you know what? I'm going to go to dinner with my friends for a few years. And then Rob spun out.
Yeah, you're on your own.
Um,
You got this.
Yeah.
I'll try again, asking who it is, and pay attention to. Do you remember your dreams?
Oh yes, vividly. But nothing in my
Okay,
dreams that really answers what's going on.
that's what you think. A lot of people think that. When you have your dreams, if there's anything that stands out, you always want to write it down.
Yeah.
If you wake up in the morning and remember it, instantly write it down. Do that for at least a week. And just everything that stands out, if you put it together, sometimes there's a message or to reveal something to you.
And if you're open to it, I absolutely believe that in your dreams, the dead can visit you. And Chris, I
Oh,
feel like
yes.
we have had this conversation once, and I don't know if the same thing happened to you, but I was having a dream right after I lost my dad that we were in my childhood home in the kitchen, and he's talking to me, and he's cutting up a sandwich. He's making a big sandwich, and he was giving me just some advice on life. And in my dream, it didn't feel unusual. Like, wait a minute, you're dead. Why are you here? It just felt like I'm talking to my dad. Sounds like a dream anybody would have. And then he cuts the sandwich and he slides the plate to me. And I went, aren't you going to eat this? And he said, no, I'm dead. And then I woke up. And he has come to me several times in my dreams at times of strife. Could be a dream, could be him. But Chris, did something like that happen with you with Bill?
No, no,
No?
not at all.
Must have been
No.
Doug and his dad.
You were. I remember you telling me about your story though.
Yeah.
So that's very familiar.
So, like, ghosts do definitely pop into my brain when I'm sleeping and start rattling things around, just try to get some attention. But whatever is here, I don't think is coming to me in my dreams.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever is here might have followed me back from the graveyard because the graveyard didn't feel like a safe place for it anymore.
Interesting.
But it can't stay there. It still would have to. It would have to go.
If it's not heard, look, my home is a hotel for any ghost that needs a harbor. That is not going to be a problem. You can let me know you're here. You could try to talk to me, all that great shit. But as soon as you become a problem, then I'm going to start busting out the tools and I'm going to start saying some fucking words and I'm going to win this fight. And I let them know that you can stay here. Just exist with us. Don't try to exist against us, or I'm going to go against you and it's just not going to end well. And that usually does the trick.
Yeah.
They gotta stop leaving, opening up cupboards. Uh,
What I should be doing is setting up ring cameras all over my fucking house. It would have been great to get those cabinets opening on film.
That would be cool.
oh yeah.
Man. So, Chris, one of the reasons I wanted you to come on today is you have such a good ghost story. Not just a good ghost story, but a ghost story that made not just local, but national news.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let's get into
Ooh.
that. Share with Miss India.
So the story goes back to the 1800s, and so they were all orchards back then. And there was this young man that was working the orchards, and he was having an affair. Well, not an affair. Him and his younger girl were together, and but it was the boss's daughter. So they dated off and on, kept it hidden for quite a while, and I guess he was waiting for her in the orchards. They were going to leave together and go off and live their life. Well, he was in the orchards and he was using his axe. Well, he miss swung and hit himself in the leg and then bled out and died. Um,
Oh.
so he was waiting for her and she never showed up. And so the story is that he is still roaming around waiting for her because her dad forbidden her to be with him. So that's why she never showed up. So I worked in retail,
Now, Chris,
and
real quick about the lore of your story, was the guy forbidden from seeing this woman simply because of like the class system? He was the boss. He was up here, and that was just a lowly laborer.
correct, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was exactly what it was. He forbade his daughter to be with some low
A
class
commoner.
worker. Yeah, Commodore, exactly. So he supposedly wandered around in these orchards. Now there's retail stores now. They got Toys R Us, they've got Long Strugs, like all these retail areas. So definitely look it up though, and I can send you a link to it and get a little more information. But quite often there's things that are flying off the shelf at Toys R Us. They would go into our store, which was a drugstore, and you could hear him upstairs just shaking shelves, walking around when no one's supposed to be up there. Lots of things. Um, and this goes back like almost a couple hundred years. So it made national news though. And yeah, he's just lurking around, causing
And he wasn't isolated to just one store, right? So he would
no.
go through your longs and through Toys R Us and through the grocery store and make rounds, right?
Yeah, and it was during like the daytime, like customers would be in the aisles and things would just fall off the shelf automatically. Like boom, boom, just toys falling off the shelf randomly, making noise. It was especially creepy at night because I worked night shifts and we'd be close to the store around 10:30. Well, I would have to do a walk around, make sure no one's in the store because I was one of the managers. So I would take employees with me. I'm like, I'm not going up there by myself. And and it was so creepy because before you would go up there, you'd be sure to turn the lights off, but you would have to like walk up the stairs and then walk the whole entire top and then come down on another flight of stairs. Well, by that time the lights were turned off. Kid you not, by the time we finished the walk, the lights would be back on. So you'd have to turn the lights back off.
Now, Chris, did
Twice.
you see this guy walking downstairs in the back of your office, or was that on the news?
That was on the news. I never witnessed that. That was at Toys R Us.
Toys R Us, okay.
Toys R Us was where he was spotted at.
Could you
Um,
imagine just wandering the planet for this many years, watching everything change, but not being able to interact with anybody?
yeah, wild.
Yeah. Now, is he walking around like he's still searching for her and waiting for her?
Yes, yes. That's the because she
Oh,
never showed up.
Yeah, that was on the news article too. Okay, it was the woman at Toys R Us. Because people were saying, seeing images of a person who was doing this, like they were hollering out for something, trying to be
Yeah,
heard. So maybe he was calling her.
yeah. Maybe that's what it was.
oh,
I know,
Pretty
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, that
oh,
just
that's
made me a little bit sad.
yeah. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna send you the link because I could be off on the story a little bit, but that's I believe that's like the premise of it is that he was still searching for her.
But every time something freaky would happen to Chris over at the store, knowing that me and Doug had that ghost obsession, he'd always call me. He's like, dude, so this just happened and this just happened. And it did fucking happen. And I have it on security. Nice.
Yeah, like we had these shelves like stacked up horizontally, so they were kind of leaning against the wall, but they were basically secured pretty well. Quite often, one would just happen to fall down, and then you pick it back up, put it against there, same one fall down. It's always like the same exact one, same spot every time.
It's
Yeah,
like ghosts. You know, people can have something shitty happen to them and they can deal with it emotionally and they could move on to the next step. But it's like ghosts don't have that. I can deal with what happened emotionally and move to the next step. It's like they're forever stuck in that point.
yeah.
Has anybody figured out what the name of this girl?
I can't remember. I'm gonna send the link. I'm gonna send it to
Okay.
you. I can't remember the name of the girl though.
All right.
Okay,
So
because if you get the name and where she's buried at, You can just go into the store, like, hey, such and such. I know you're searching for her, but
Uh
this
huh.
is what happened. Where she is, go to her.
That's a goddamn good idea, actually.
That really is. I'm gonna pull up the story again and read it again, just make sure I got accurate information. But I'm pretty sure that's how the story went down.
All right, so
Wild.
let's move on to the main event. Andy, I know you have dozens of top ghost stories in your mind. Pick the one that scared you the most and enlighten us as to what you think was going on.
Fuck, I was just talking about this the other day. My old place, was moving into this one house. From day one, the basement and the shed creeped me out. Would not go near it for nothing. So we're moving in, and it was me, my two boys who were little at this time, and the guy I was dating. We're moving stuff in, and we decided to go Pokemoning. So we're going out Pokemon. We pull back
Wait,
in,
you went out and
and
did
my
what?
youngest, go Pokemoning.
What's that mean?
We go play Pokemon,
Oh, okay,
play the
okay,
game
okay.
Pokemon. So when we come back, my youngest was 3, and he says, "Mama, my dad came to visit me." I was like, "Your dad's in jail." And he says, "No, my dad is not in jail. His name is James, and he's buried in the ground." So okay. He said, "Well, there's 2 James. The one who's buried in the said to call him Dad." I instantly knew who that was. My grandfather. His name is James, and we all called him Dad.
Oh,
He said, "But the other one lives in the shed, and he hates you."
Hmm.
shit.
I brush it off, and then a couple days later, it's at nighttime. Me and my boyfriend are watching the movie. Kids are sleeping. I hear like doors and drawers slamming. We run upstairs. Kids are knocked out in their beds. And go in my bedroom. Nothing but drawers open. Go into the bathroom. There was a hand mirror of my grandmother's I kept in a basket behind the toilet. It was missing. I said, okay, this is weird. Let it go. The next night, the same thing. The hand mirror is back and it's hanging on my dresser, getting ready to fall off. I bust it and I throw it in the trash. That's when all hell broke loose. After the next morning, I was getting my son, my youngest son, and I had my door open. And he looks at me. He's like, "I hope you're happy you let James in. It's going to be bad, Mama. It's going to be bad." We walk in, the bars from my banister start flying out at us.
Whoa.
I'm freaking out. Oh, okay, what the fuck is going on? I called my pastor and was like, "Can you come over and bless the house?" He said, "I can't come till next week." Fine. It's all good. Dealing with it. My boyfriend decides to go down into the basement. Him and a friend of mine, we call by our adopted son. I hear all of this noise. The boy comes running up, screaming and crying. Something pushed George into this sheet of glass.
Oh, shit.
Okay, what the fuck? He comes up, blood dripping down his arm. So that's what started that, and it just got worse and worse. You could hear scratching on the basement door, freaking my kids out. Every time we came in, stuff is being thrown at us. I'm used to being around ghosts. I have no problems with them, but this one here is out of control. And so I said, you know what, we're getting this place blessed. And so I called a friend of mine waiting for my pastor, whose friend was a medium. Asked her to come over too. She didn't even make it to my driveway. She stopped in the middle of the street. She comes running in and says, "I need in your basement now." She comes up. She's white as a ghost. She said, I'm getting goosebumps now. She said, "There's so much evil in that basement and you need to protect yourself." So I'm gathering my crystals and everything, doing stuff, but nothing was working. Everything we tried was not working. My pastor came. He tried to get down in the basement. He's like, "No, I'm not doing it. He goes upstairs and he says, India, do you know there's somebody hanging in your bedroom?
Hmm.
I said, huh? He said, yeah, upper right hand corner. You can see a shadow of somebody hanging. That was my ex who
Oh
killed himself.
shit!
And I had ran into his body. So he seen his shadow there. And so he said, okay, at least he's here. That's protecting me.
Hmm.
Days go by, it's quiet, and then all of a sudden, just doors opening and slamming. I go to bed at night. You can hear like somebody was throwing a party in my kitchen. It was so loud with the chairs screeching back and forth. I called everybody I could think of in India. I called Westmoreland County Paranormal Society. I called IUP Paranormal Society. Called quite a few people, and they came down and got freaked out. Only one group of people stayed, and they were doing their investigations down in the basement. You could see orbs. They did have it on YouTube. I don't know if it's still up, but you could see all the orbs floating around. Then I found out from a neighbor that the people who originally owned the house years and years ago, the wife was into witchcraft, black magic.
Hmm.
I do witchcraft, but she was into black magic. And ever since then, they said all kinds of stuff was going on in that house. So when they died, they made it into a duplex. I thought I was going crazy. Other people thought I was going crazy till a lady who lived further up the street, she says, I've been trying to warn people about this house for years. I could feel it, I could sense it. Every time I would go in there, something would happen. I
Whoa.
said, fuck this, I'm leaving.
Okay, let me
I'm
put a
leaving.
quick pause here. Was your
Okay.
kid's dad in fact dead, or was that something representing as him?
No, his dad was in jail.
Right.
My grandparents raised me. So I grew up calling my grandfather dad.
Hmm.
His
Oh,
name was James.
right.
There was two James. So James was who he met that was nice. The one who said call him dad.
Hmm.
My grandfather came to me the other night too. And but the other James did not like me. That other James is still trying to come get me.
Did you ever
I
figure out
don't know
who
who
the other James is?
no. A street above where I lived is one of my best friends. Her daughter started seeing something. So me and my team went up there and he had a spirit box and all you could hear was India was my name and then Joe's name and said it still hated me and it was going to get me.
Wow.
No.
Still to this day, I have no idea who it is. But this place here has something. My youngest son won't stay here longer than 2 days. He can see ghosts too.
Wow.
He refuses to stay. He said there's something in the kitchen and the bathroom. A lot of people get freaked out when they come here because they feel the same thing. Something in the kitchen and bathroom. Something keeps me in the kitchen.
Hmm.
I'm fighting now to get up and go to the kitchen. We're trying to figure that out. Oh, there's so much going on. I like right now I'm trying to solve a cold case. And come to find out with the messages I've been getting for years from this person, I used to hang out with this girl.
Whoa.
And the police down here done nothing. It keeps God bringing me to the river, the Conemaugh River, and which I live by, keeps trying to take me down there. So I'm thinking her body's in that river.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot around here in this town. We were part of the Underground Railroad. So there's so many places to investigate and with a lot of stuff going on.
That and Pennsylvania being one of the original colonies has got so
Yeah.
many bodies in its earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Agreed.
That's a wild fucking story right there. That's way
Yeah.
spookier than my shit.
Yeah, for
It's,
sure, dude.
But
Wow.
Chris's
and
ghost
I
story.
don't run. I'm the type of right fucker. Fuck with me. I ran. I said, I'm not fucking with this. And the doorknob disappeared after the cleansing and everything. The doorknob on the basement disappeared. When I moved here, two young boys moved into the place who were friends with my nephew. My nephew called me and said, "Hey, Aunt India, two of my friends live in your old place and they're freaked out saying they see some man always in the bathroom and their dressers shaking. They want to know what's going on. What's going on? Have you experienced anything here? Like, fucking take me over there." They left. They broke their lease and left. New people moved in, and I want to knock on the door so bad and ask them if they're experiencing anything.
And you know, when you say that, my first thought is, of course you should. Because you got to think, most people move into a haunted house. They're not telling nobody. Like, am I going crazy? What is happening here? Some stranger knocking on the door and being like, let me talk to you about what's happening here. It could probably really help somebody's life out.
Oh, absolutely.
No, this is the third tenants in there. Nobody stays in the house long.
God damn, do you think they would
Nobody.
rent us that house for just like a week? Oh man, the footage we could get.
It was fucked up. It
Yeah.
was really fucked up. That house.
Ooh, then we could bring you and we'll be like, yeah, Indy ain't scared of your bitch ass. What? Do something.
Like, yeah, so I think there was a lot in there. There was a little boy. This little boy, he was so cute. At first, I thought it was my youngest son, and I'm yelling like, "Get the fuck back in the bed!" And I look in the bedroom, and he's laying in bed, and there's this little boy at the bottom of the stairs. So I tied a balloon to the banister, and he would just stand there and just watch the balloon.
Oh wow.
And I think he followed us here.
Well, you know, we're almost out of time, but I do
Wow.
want to share one more quick funny story involving Chris. So we're rolling around Tampa, we're doing our drinking.
Oh
we're
my
having
gosh,
fun.
we're doing that one.
Yeah. And we find a bar and we walk inside. It's just a wine bar. Not interested. Thank you. We leave. As we're going back to where we're parked, there is a tarot store there. And the door is wide open and it's got a half full bottle of like Aquafina shoved underneath it as a doorstop. So that door is not fucking moving. And we walk up and we're looking at the tarot store. We just start making jokes like, well, this looks like a capitalism store. Oh yeah, we have magic crystals. Come on in and we're gonna scam you. We're talking all kinds of shit about this store under our breaths, just to ourselves, just for a laugh. Let's get the fuck out of here. There was no wind, there was no nothing, and that door suddenly goes shut with that bottle underneath it. The noise that it made the woman of the store jump up from her desk and made Chris go, nope, and he did a little bit of a two-step to get the hell out of there.
I was out, man.
Uh,
I was out.
yeah, because
out.
ooh,
So yeah, Tampa's good for ghosts. Tampa's good for ghosts. So listen, we're gonna have to go ahead and wrap this one up. I mean, this time just fucking flew by, but we're at the end of our day. So, India, what you got to plug today?
Nothing.
Fair enough. Chris?
Not yet. We'll be on the lookout for a new podcast coming out
That's
called
right.
The Kitchen Table.
Oh,
That's right.
Be me and my best friend Amy. We're doing everything: cooking, life advice, no filters. Call in, ask questions, and have some fun.
That's right. So, Chris,
nice.
did you hear what she just said? A cooking show.
That would be awesome.
Cooking
Yeah.
show.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, a cooking show. I wonder who's going to host it.
What, me to host it? I'm
No, it's
joking.
good.
I'm messing with you, dude.
Oh, okay. Fuck. All right, good. I'm the dumb one. I'll accept that. I'm used to that. So I'm hoping next week we'll be right back here with Doug Damien. But this has been another smashing episode of Ghosted. India, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a long time. Won't be so long moving forward. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say make sure to tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. to watch myself, Mr. Chris Casanova, and the Euphorian Mac Payne doing a wrestle shoot every single Tuesday night. Anything to add, Chris?
No, it's been a couple weeks since I've done wrestle shoot, so I feel like it's been a very long time, so I'm looking forward to it.
We do it every week, religiously. We never miss a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Totally. No, quiet. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us. We will see y'all next week.
Bye.